some sort of ABC correction into here. Okay, lots of liquidity here, sitting around 85, 86,000, right? We've created liquidity on the way up here, right? We created liquidity in here, all right? But I was also saying that this can turn into this. So you can see here how we never ever gave these lows back. So if we go from here all the way up in here, we never really gave any of this back, right? And this can start to do this over here where we aren't going to give anything back. Okay? This can obviously be extended out this way, right? Depending on where we get to, right? But this is looking juicy, right? So this could create some momentum to the highs, okay? And we never come back. So are we going to get that next leg? Hold your horses, okay? Hold your horses, in my opinion. Now, what do we see? We see acceptance back into the volume area up in here. Okay, so we have a volume area, a nice little range up top here. Okay, so coming to the point of control, that was where we took the trade this morning. So if you're on the live stream, you took the trade with me because you are amazing. So we go into it here this morning. So this was yesterday where I did get long here, but it was really boring. Okay, it was really boring. So I closed this long out. I was right here. Just protection below these lows in here. And, you know, it would have been nice to hold this trade, but as you can see very clearly, took quite, you see from here to here, see 10:30 till 5 o'clock. That, I don't, I don't hang out with people like that. You know, I mean, like, that's a bad company, man. It's like you're sitting there, the paint's on the wall, and they're telling a story that's taking forever, and you're like, get to the friggin' point. That's what trading like this is, okay? Or it's like you're there and you're trying to tell a story, but they always got, you know, that person, he always has one better. He's always got a better story to tell. He's always trying to, well, so like I was going and I ate like 5 hot dogs. Oh man, I had this time where I ate 7 hot dogs, bro. And it's one of those guys, you know, like I can't stand those people, right? So that was yesterday. But we took the long here on the live stream yesterday. Perfect little trade set up yesterday. And then this morning we took this trade right here. Okay. And we're still in this to win this. Okay. So a quick little trade here. So it doesn't look like much here, right? It doesn't look like much. But what the threat was this morning was bearish divergence. Okay. So on the hourly, okay, if we zoom out here, the threat was bear divs. Okay. So the threat was this higher high, lower low. That was the threat. Okay, we were watching this very closely this morning because we knew if we double topped here, right? So double top, this could be very bearish. Okay, that was the warning sign this morning. Okay, so this is pretty overextended, right? You can see push up, flag out, push up, double top, bring you down, right? So cautious, right? Cautious this morning. So I didn't want to jump into a trade right away. So we were waiting on the live stream. Let's go into the 3-minute here. So this was this morning. So we started this morning right around here. Okay, and we're coming down. Okay, so as we're coming down here, we get a bullish divergence in here, which is quite nice, as you can see. And I'm still not in the trade, okay? Because of the threat of this bearish divergence breaking down. We haven't clearly broken structure yet, but it's possible, right? This is a lower high, and this could have rolled over on us, okay? So we're watching. Also, look at how fast we moved up, right? So there's a lot of liquidity within here. So Asia, man, Asia is pumping the Bitcoin. Xi Jinping or whatever his name is must be buying a shit ton of Bitcoin, man. I totally just butchered his name, by the way. So so Jing Jinping, whatever. So what happens here? So the key, in my opinion, right now is I'm always watching volume. Okay. Um, and it was so I've seen it a million times, but look at this. Okay. So you got all time high here, right? So you got the high of the range here, and you have a very key area. You see how it's red here? A very key area. That's the barrier to entry of the higher term range. Okay, you can see the point of control in here. So that's the barrier to entry to get above here and start ranging in here. You have to get through this area first. Okay, so we understand that trading this morning. Now, what happens is you get this surge of volume. Surge. Look at how big the volume comes in here to do a support and resistance flip. Okay? So, you right here you get the push out. Okay, above the high here. The push out. Now, this can be just a liquidity grab. Okay? This can break down aggressively if you're not watching. So what it does is it stalls out and then it sweeps. As it sweeps, volume increases. I've seen this a million times. I press buy. So because what's happening here is momentum's being created. So you can see how we're starting to get parabolic, right? So momentum is being created, trying to push price up into the higher term time frames, right? And my friends, I can be so cheap here, right? I get long here, and literally my stop loss is below this low. Okay, I'm going off the morning momentum. Okay, this is New York Open. Look at the volume that comes in to the market, right? New York Open, right? So boom, we go up. I have confluence on the S&P. The S&P just started ripping as well. I had confluence on the Nasdaq. It started ripping as well. Okay, so I have everybody who ate turkey went and told their uncle and their brother to buy the SPY, to buy the Nasdaq, to just go and buy shit. That's what my thesis was, okay? So I went and I bought shit too, and I made money, right? But also identifying the momentum, identifying the risk, okay? That's key because there is always risk. Managing risk, taking the trade. As soon as we did like a little ascending triangle here and we were gone, hit take profit, and then I took profit at the point of control and I took profit here, and I'm currently 75% out of the trade and just enjoying my win. Okay, I'm smiling all the way to the bank. So that's really my kind of trade thought, trade idea. It happened. If you want to see me do it live, you can watch the live stream. You just fast forward to an hour and a half in to 9:30, and you can watch me go through the live trade setup and all that stuff on my channel. Okay, because it's important. It's important to see how to do it live. It's okay for me to teach you and how I did it, but it's also you need to see how you kind of get into it. And you, as soon as I seen it, I was like, boom, okay, we're going long. Okay, but you have to. I've seen it a lot of times that it was easy for me to take advantage of. So right now, what are we doing? We're up into our big area of FOMO. I would call this the FOMO range, okay? Because right now they're just teasing us. You know, the carrots in front of the face, you know, and you're on the treadmill, right? And this is the big fat friggin' carrot, right? And it's right here. It's $100,000 Bitcoin right there. That looks really inappropriate, so I'll delete that. But that's hanging in front of your face, and definitely looking to be range bound up at the highs over the weekend. So this will be funny, OC, because everybody's gonna make a waiting for 100K Bitcoin live stream, and it's gonna go to like 99.9, and then it's gonna rug them. What's the bet? And they're gonna be live for like 12 hours, waiting for it to happen. Did you see everybody made a on the weekend? Everybody made a live stream here. Like this was Friday and Sunday, and they're like 100K watch party. and it's just like then it's just like nah bro, nah bro.
Man, and we called it. And we call that since Thursday,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. It was like,
right?
man,
We did
and you
right here.
mentioned,
We're like, nah, man, we're not going.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. You mentioned I'm gonna be laughing so hard at everybody that gets trappy here because this is just a the tops, right? And we were talking about right not buying the tops. I do remember, I do recall that. In fact, that was my last analysis also, right here with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too funny, man. So I am. We did take a long on Sui in my Discord. Okay, that thing has gone up like 3%. Volume coming into Sui here. Nice little breakout OC breakout retest. Look at that. Who would have thought? Okay, nice little Sui trade. Also, another breakout retest. Okay, on Turbo. Currently in on Turbo as well. Look at this beautiful downtrend. Breakout, retest, buy level. Off we go. Currently in that. I've given these to everybody in here. Not the Sui one, but I gave the Turbo one to everyone in here. Okay, so we've had a lot of nice gains. AI has been doing really well. I gave a render trade as well. That's popping off. BitTensor had a move. FET had a move. Okay, so AI meme coins seem to be leading the charge right now. And then obviously we got things like Algorand, which is like, dude, I'm so mad. So I had a long trade set up from 27 from right here. I had a long here in my Discord too. I posted it and everything from here. Oh man. Oh man, so I mean, what can you do? What can you do? You can't right now it's almost like you could throw a dart, and hit the thing and even XRP going to the moon. Crazy time to be in crypto. You just gotta be patient, wait for those bottoms, change of structure, press buy. Just my opinion. Mike
Absolutely.
Tyson. Yeah, let's go, baby. He hit the bullseye blindfolded. Have you seen that
I do
video?
recall that. Yes, he just did like that. A boom, like right in the center.
Crazy.
Yes, it was crazy. Oh man. All right, so guys, let's get started. Just as promised, let's take a look at our first configuration from the back tester and also a couple of things. By the way, full disclosure, I already have gone through this. I have my cheat sheet right here to my right. Well, to my right now, Discord, but I'll be getting it to my right? But let's just walk around a couple of things that I want you to start thinking about, and also kind of like a settle thing down, because yesterday Alex mentioned something very, very important, which is your approach to the indicators, right? As traders, we are used to use the mass thing that we have up here, right? So the squashy thing that we have up there, right? So that is, I mean, that's amazing. That is an amazing computer. Let's not forget about it, right? And it's very adaptable. So that's something that you need to understand. Why? Because you'll see, and this is something also answering Buracle. Buracle was mentioning, Alex, what do you see to have confidence into the trade, like swing fail pattern and stuff. Well, yeah, he does that, but also remember that based on how he sees the next candle, the formation, he evaluates that, reassess with his brain. That's important to note, right? And then he takes either the risk, or he makes an analysis on the risk, and based on the risk that he thinks that is in the market, he takes the entry or not. We are, as humans, very prompt to change, and that is a good thing. We can assess and decide in a split second. That is evolution, guys, right? This is not something that I'm just taking out of my sleeve. That's evolution. That's how we have survived as a race from predators, right? And that's something that you need to encourage and also assimilate in your trading. Why? Because that last minute analysis, when you are not under stress, because we're not talking about primitive brain, all right? When you're not under stress, that's when it gets you to do an adjustment, or taking profits, or jumping in last minute, something like that. But remember, you need a plan first. If you don't load that plan to your brain first, beforehand. When you try to use that program, well, there's not gonna be there because you did not load it. And also, just to finish it up there, Broracle, I think you're talking about confidence in a trade, right? Let me assess this, and I think Alex mentioned it just now. We can talk about this because we have like five other classes where we talk about specific things that Alex look for interest, right? Specific things that I look for interest, right? You can take a look at the other class recordings. Remember, we have the class recordings. And the thing is, until you get to it with real money, well, not always with real money, but it's advisable to start or to jump in with real money once you have studied, right? It needs to be just a little bit, just so enough, just so you have the rush, all right? So you are really on that set mindset that you have money on the line and you can lose that money, all right? So that's what you need to practice. That's why also stop loss is recommended. This comes after studying. This come this comes after paper trading, right? Then you start using real money. And that's what I want you to tell you. It's just like watching somebody ride a bicycle, right? How do you learn? Well, then you watch somebody, right? You watch YouTube tutorials. And then you get your bicycle. Maybe you, how do you call those side little wheels that you put on your bicycle?
Training wheels or
And
stabilizers.
perfect. Yeah. Then you put your stabilizers, right? Which is your paper trading, right? And then you take out those stabilizers side wheels, right? And off you go, my friend, right? But I bet you're gonna have some bad experiences. Yes, exactly. You're gonna have some bad experiences, but you know you are on the right way because you already have studied it, you already have tried it, right? And now you're ready for the real world scenario. So that's how you build up that confidence. By the way, for me, it took me around 8 months to build up confidence in my trades, and I still come back and watch them, right? Oh, another thing that I want to tell you, this varies from people to people, right? To person, but I still always, every single time, I have doubts about my trades. But I don't care. At this point, I have learned to make my plan, follow my strategy, enter when my strategy tells me, and then that's it. Set a stop loss. That's why your stop loss is there, right? That rush, that doubt, that second thought, for me, I already understand that it's gonna be there every single time. Maybe for Alex, it's not, right? Maybe for you, it's
Yeah.
not, right? He laughs. but, but most of us have it. And that is going to be just part of it, right? Just like riding a bicycle, you know you can crash, you know you can fail, you know something can go wrong, but you still enjoy it and do it, right? So that is how to build up that confidence. You will never be 100% confident, and you need to embrace that, accept it, and work around it. And the only way to do it is by throwing yourself into the real world after doing everything that you can. Perfect. Once we have set that up, Alex, you want to add to it? Maybe I skipped something. Maybe you want to add to it before we move on.
Yeah, absolutely. So Bro Recall says absolutely agree, but what I mean is like what happened today, he saw something, saw it many times before and entered the trade, and I've seen it many times doing this and was wondering what other things he has seen before. Don't know if it's this clear. So yeah, absolutely. Like there's certain things that I have seen when trading that just give me confidence because I've seen them before. So and typical things that I have seen before when going into like small term time frames. So like the number one thing I think you should do, and I always say this, is to go back and look at where you want to buy and sell and watch price action. Right, that's going to help you. But for me, you see this here. This is just basic market structure, right? With volume, you see the push up, the retest, the continuation, right? With heavy momentum to the upside, giving me the confidence to take that trade. A lot of the time, with some of my the things that I've seen before is just all to do with price action. So what you're gonna have to do is use your rewind tool and go back and mark out the areas that you want to see strengths, right? Where you want to see a long, where you want to see a short, and where you want to take those trades, right? Like you're going to be able to identify, oh, this is exhaustion. Oh, this is a fake out only to come back and grab liquidity before heading downwards. Okay. You're going to be able to see these things, right? You're going to get bullish divergence, the last retest, and then you're off to the races. Okay. Was that the long? Yes. See, that was the long we took yesterday. So yesterday we took this long on the live. So go and watch the Thursday live, and we took this long. Okay. But a very, very simple trading strategy. So looking at this, right, we have the downtrend from yesterday. This was on the live, so make sure you go watch that. Where was this? Downtrend, breakout, retest, right? Was it here? No, it was. Is this Thursday? This is Wednesday, Thursday. Wait. What time frame am I on? That's why. So we were downtrend, breakout, retest, continuation yesterday. I'm trying to see. No. This was here. Sorry. Was right here. The long. Sorry about that. That was over here. Boop. And here. Okay. Breakout, retest, continuation. Okay. So yesterday coming in, I was just in the wrong spot. So you can see lower low, sweep of the lows, right? Consolidation, mitigation. So mitigation meaning I have taken the lows here, but I've pushed back aggressively with a small wick. So you've grabbed liquidity from this low in here. You've broken out OC retest coming in here. Okay. And then you see consolidation. And then if you go into the shorter term time frames where we got long, you can see there was a last retest. Okay. There was, see here, so there was the where you wanted to get long and where you should have gotten long, right? So you had the final test. See, you want a long here, you get a sweep up, you get rugged. Then you get the final retest on the bullish divergence. I guarantee you go on a 1 minute, there's a bullish divergence, long money to the upside, right? And that's all based off of this high here. Okay, you've pushed out, you've broken the structure, you've taken the high here, break a structure, change a character, reverse of trend to the upside, right? Continuation. That's why I was looking, and I did take a long in here yesterday. But like I said, it was like watching paint dry yesterday. Okay, look at how choppy this is, right? So this is that's horrible, isn't it, OC? Look at that, man. This was turkey. Everybody eating turkey, bro. I was long. Like this would have played out nice, right? Stop loss below this low in here, right? Targeting back up to the height of the range, right? Very easy because we've changed structure. We're looking for a swing long, right? Easy target. Target would have been hit, but bro, I mean, oh my God, how painful, man. And it's like in profit, out of profit, in profit, yeah, right? It's just like goodbye. I take my $100 and I was gone. But there's a lot of things to look for. And the best way you can do this is by what? It's by watching price action. That's going to be the way to do it, right? The way to get comfortable with, hey, I have seen this before. Therefore, I can take this trade, right? Even here, double bottom liquidity sweep, right? Okay, now we're looking for what? I'm looking for a take of this high, a retest back in here, and a continuation up. Bull flag. First, you're not buying it here, man. You're not buying green candles, right? Right? This is everybody. There's a guy in our Discord who shorted 98,700. He was waiting for that. Look at that entry, man. Boom, right?
Holy
So,
shit.
I mean, right? Yeah, crazy. There's a guy who shorted 98,700, man. Wild. One of the teachers. So look, we're looking for this to come up, mitigate this high, all right? Because you've put in a lower high. You haven't put in a lower low. You've put in equal lows with a liquidity grab and a carpenter's favorite candle, a hammer candle, and you're looking for it to go break structure, retest, continuation out, right? Maybe a 382 bounce. So you got to watch the price action on short-term time frames. See when volume comes in. So I always suggest, like for me, I don't need to have the indicator on, but you should always have volume on. So you can see big liquidity push for people longing late here, right? So you get volumes increasing on the way up. That's the momentum we took, right? Then you get the snap back, boom, grab of liquidity, volume cools off. So you get some consolidation. Then you get what? Boom, volume spike to push price down just enough to knock out some more liquidity if people got long in here thinking we're going to continue, and now we're trying to push up and create new structure to the upside, right? So it's you got to watch some market structure videos. You can also turn on your Dynamics Pro over here, turn on your break of structure, change your character, right? And this is going to help guide you through really your price action. So you can see higher high, right? And if you get into it and you can turn the sensitivity up, you can really get into this, and it can give you like structure higher high, higher low, higher high, equal low, right? Change a character, breaking to the upside. Remember, we said we want to see the high taken. There it is. High has been taken. So now you're looking for the retest back into this area here for continuation out, right? And then it's about, then it's not a, it is about understanding where price action's going, but it's where can I put on a trade where I can manage my risk and make money. Okay. There's got to be a risk to reward ratio that fits within the price action. It's not just about price action. It's how can I fit this, right? Because I got long here this morning. Stop loss below this low, like cheap as F, man. Like easiest trade, risking like $50 to make $900, right? Like, I mean, who doesn't want that trade, right? So that's how I do it. And then it's fitting the trade within the strategy. Okay. This could be a liquidity sweep of this high now, right? So this could be a fake out to the upside, liquidity sweeping the longs in here, now coming back down to wreck people. So be careful, right?
Absolutely. Perfect. Thank you. All right, sorry about that, guys. Thank you so much, Alex, for that continuation of that. Let's take a look now. We still have 30 minutes, a little bit less of 30 minutes. I will also need to run a little bit early, but let's do a quick overlook on how to get started with the logic of creating a template, right? The first thing that you need to understanding is, like I was saying, your brain will have a different logic process of a machine's logic process, right? Why? Because a machine is just numbers, punching numbers, giving your results, right? So basically, you can maybe say, all right, I have the support and resistance at this price action, right? Well, then great. How do I profit of it, or how do I make it? Well, you will need to go maybe thinking when I break above, or maybe when I break retest. How do you tell that to a machine? And that's a little bit of the parts that you need to start looking at a couple of things. What I have found, and I'm gonna bring up this strategy because it's not only a great strategy, but also this is a strategy where I learned to think outside the box. All right. So let's go over my charts in here and let me get started with what I got for you. First of all, let's remove everything that I have in here, right? All right, I already have removed all of my backtester and strategy builders. So let me just pull up my cheat sheet once again because I do also need to look at what I got right here on my screen. Perfect. 1 second. And we're gonna be doing Solana 5 minutes. Let's take a look at that. Solana perpetual on S WAP. What it looks like it. So it was Solana. Well, I don't have it here. All right, bear with me here, please. I'm looking at the correct chart. Here we go. This is it. All right. I think this is gonna be the one. We're going to be taking a look at this one and then going to the 5 minutes, all right? So let's get started first and do that overview. All right, so usually I use the indicators to start telling me where I have change of things, right? So I adds to my logic. So usually I do something very interesting that is very close to what Alex does, which is trendline breakouts, right? For me, I'm looking for first a higher low, right? Or a double bottom. Here we go. And then that's when I'm looking for breakout retest, holding it, and off I go, right? Stop loss right below this area here. Give me that wiggle room and then continuing to the upside. Usually I don't break the breakout. Sorry, I don't trade the breakouts. I trade the retesting here. And then how do I know what the retest is at? Well, then I usually go for my oscillator. So let's go into the find only one. We'll search for my market oracle. Sorry, my, where is it? Prime oscillator pro here. And then close this up. Wait for a little second for it to load. And there we go. When I'm looking at these areas right here, it is flip of the ribbon, right? Break to the zero line. There we go. What is my break to the zero line? And let's do also one candle afterwards. All right, this is break of the zero line. One candle afterwards. That is my entry right there. And long position at that point, set out my stop loss right below the previous low and let it rip. All right, so that is my base strategy for the 4 hours, right? For the 4 hours. In the 5 minutes, I try to be a little bit more risky. In the 5 minutes, I try to long the breakout and then set a stop loss. Then wait for the retest, long the retest on reversals, and then set also my stop loss and continuing doing this. Why? Because I've learned that that way, based on my style, that's how I get a little bit of a better result. All right, so that will be telling me something, right? And let me tell you how I start thinking about this and how then I change my perspective. Let's go into the indicators here. Let's go all the way down here and let's get started with the strategy. What is the Strategy Builder Pro Legacy? Let's get started with that one. We all should be having that one, or at least just the Strategy Builder Pro. But let's just use this Legacy one. Let's just wait for a little second. There we go. It takes its time because this is a very, very robust indicator, all right? Let's wait for it to load. And once again, guys, remember that we also want to take a look at the deep back tester, but for this time, let's just do the 5 minute strategy. By the way, yesterday I showed you a 1 hour Tesla strategy that was amazing. That was the trend signal. So if you want to take a look at it, go watch the yesterday's class recording. All right. So here we go. Something that I like to do at this point because I already know what am I looking for. It is turning on my or turning off everything. So I just want to see where am I getting the longs and the tops. All right. Also, something important. Remember, this is a bot. And sometimes, based on your settings, you're gonna get it to start buying the tops. All right, buying the tops, which as long as we take profit, that is, guys, that is key. As long as we get take profits, that is great, right? Why? Because we want to keep catching it. Why? Because sometimes you, depending on the logic that you're using, you might struggle at the beginning to tell the bot not to buy the bots and the tops. And how would you tell a bot not to buy the bots, the tops? Usually, you tell your brain because you have a resistance in here, right? And as we're coming to the resistance, you tell yourself, well, I see the resistance incoming, or I see the price going to the resistance. So I know this might be, sorry for that this might be a top. So I'm not buying that, right? But sometimes, how do you translate that to the bot? And you might struggle a little bit on that part earlier, right? But instead of struggling telling the bot what not to do, I like to look at things outside the box and tell him where to do it, right? Or how to do it. Like, for example, my first, and we're not going to go in depth in this one because this is just an example, but my first idea was clicking the gear icon, right? And then going all bullish. You guys know that I like the 43, then reversal bullish, right? And then maybe, what is it? Dynamic reactor bullish signal, and then maybe I'm expecting to have a killer indicator, right? And we'll see. Let's
Womp
just give it
womp womp
a
womp
yes.
womp womp.
All right, so here's something that you're gonna be seeing, especially now that TradingView it is overloaded. You'll see many things like that. First of all, why? There's three major things in here. First could be the allocation of RAM that TradingView is giving you, right? Right now they are limiting your allocation. Exactly, that TradingView is. It's a little special to say the least at this moment, right? Then what else? And sorry for this. Let me just change this back. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Here you are. Sorry for that. All right. Then the second one is the combination of things. It is not giving you an entry in the history that you have right now. That could happen, right? All positive, all right, maybe all positive, it just don't happen. Or third one, you overload your I mean, because right now we're running at limits of what TradingView can handle, right? You need to know that. So sometimes you overload this. The way to know this, or to way to debug this, is just change this one. Go to performance study, go to overview, and when you come back to overview, if this is not changed, right? Well, then you know it is because of your configuration, not because of TradingView. Another thing that you can do, look at this. It says save right down here. You see that? Make sure you just click it before you make anything else. If not, you're gonna lose everything that you did. So once the save thing is not longer there, you can refresh your data here. And as you see, I still have. Oh, we'll see. Let it think. Perfect. All right. So no data. This means that my configuration it hasn't given me any entries, right? And this could happen because for you to get a trend signal bullish, a reversal bullish, and a dynamic reactor bullish, well, then all of those together might be in very specific scenarios that we haven't got it. And let me show you why. Most likely it's going to be a reversal bullish. Does anybody knows why? This is not a test, but guys, and this is what I start telling you. This is where we start thinking outside the box, right? So give it a try. If you don't know, give it a try. Give it a try. I want to hear you out because I also learn from you. Because that happened at the top. Because that happens at the bottom. Yes, at the bottom. Not at the top. You almost got it right, but yes, that happens at the bottom. Or if it's the other way around, at the top. Right? So there's two things happening. I cannot have a reversal. Well, most likely I can because I have trade at, right? But most likely I will not have a reversal, right? While let's just think that this is my dynamic reactor, right? And then my dynamic reactor does this. So my reversal, my bullish reversal, it's gonna be here while my dynamic reactor is red. You see that? So DB Cooper, shout out for that one, man. That was a hard one. That was a hard one. So having a bullish reversal while this one being red, that just hasn't happened. How would that happen? That could be happening when my dynamic reactor does this, and maybe I have a reversal right down here. Maybe somewhere around here, right? But guys, to have a reversal here, well, that's not common, right? That only happens when we have a big resistance here and we're looking for the price to break out, retest, then you have a reversal and then off we go, all right? But that is, I mean, in the 5 minutes, you will not be seeing that too much happening, all right? So let's try now to remove that bullish reversal, right? So guys, are you guys following? By the way, please do not be shy. Remember, this is not like college. This is not like high school. Nobody's going to be telling you guys, pay attention. What I'm really interested is to get you guys printing, right? So if you were shy, guys, we're talking about money, right? Ask those questions. So, hello. Yes, following. Perfect, El Toro Loco. Hey, what's up, my friend? Nice to see you here. Long time no see. El Toro Loco. What's up, brother? All right. Little fish, thank you for that. So, as you can see, I just removed that. And guess what? We have a result. All right, we already have a result. Once again, remember what we talked about yesterday. It is a profitability of 100%. Hey guys, I'm gonna get rich, right? I'm gonna get rich, right? But Alex, yes, exactly. You're laughing. Why am I not gonna be able to buy my Lambo? Because of this, right? Because of this. So I only have one single trade, right? In fact, you can just click here and go watch that trade. All right, where did it happen? Where did it happen? Come on, where did it happen? I don't know, whatever, right? You can actually go to list of trades, click the trading here, and it will take you to that trade. There we go. That's it. That is it, right? Beautiful. I mean, that's still pretty good trade. Nonetheless, let's get to working into a better strategy. I mean, when we have more than one trade, right? When we have more than one trade, we still hold a better performance, and then we have a pretty average trade count up. Then what we're gonna be looking at is gonna be our taking profit, but that's for later. That's for later. First, let's get on something that is not gonna take a whole year to make it 3%. All right. So let's go now, and then let me give you now my secret sauce on the trade that we're gonna be looking at. When I look for trades, right? I look for where do I want to buy? Here. Where I want to sell? Here, right? Where I want to buy? Uh, Here. Where I want to sell? Here or here, right? Where I want to buy? Here. All right. So usually I start looking at, and let me just turn on my dynamic reactor so you can see this, all right? Usually I'm buying, oh, come on, don't do this to me. There we go. Where am I looking to buy? At green or at red, right? So instead of looking to be bullish to buy, well, then this is when I start thinking outside the box. Why don't I look for the bearish scenario ever, right? The more bearish I am, the highest the possibilities to turn around, isn't it? Exactly, but it's not backwards. It's not backwards, right? Because let's do, in fact, let's use Alex O's strategy here, right? You have your trend line, right? You're looking for the stiletto pattern. Look at that, the stiletto pattern, right? And yes, of course, you can either enter here or enter here, right? But where are you entering? Either green or red. You see? Like when you look at this through our brain or as an analysis, right? That makes sense, right? You buy at the bottom. But when you start looking it through an indicator's perspective, which remember, it's a machine, right? Just like Aaron mentioned, it almost look backwards, but it's not, right? It is not. It is not backwards. It is actually where we buy when we're not using indicators, right? It is where we buy when we start looking for, remember the oscillator, flip of the ribbon, right? When we are the most bearish. So yes, it feels like somebody just slapped you, right? Hey, buddy, you need to buy at bearish scenarios, right? Everything that you learn is BS, right? Well, no, it's just think outside the box, right? Just thinking outside the box. So now that we know that, let's go and take a look at here a couple of things. I'm gonna be just removing this so it's not a mess. All right. Let's go to a configuration. Let's go to first of all leverage. For that's I think where do I have it? You know what? I don't even have my leverage set up here. Give me one
Mhm.
second. Oh, come on, please don't go away. All right, perfect. This might not be the same because I don't have all the settings. So sorry about that. But let's just do a 5x here. Trade base value. Let's get it started with $1,000, right? Enable a reinvest. Yes. How much am I going to be reinvesting? I always keep a little bit in the side, right? just for my taking profit. So I'm gonna be reinvesting 75%. I like to reinvest 75% in my own case scenario. That's what I do always, right? Uh, what is it? Preset? No presets. Modify preset value? No, we're gonna be doing manual. Enable backtest time? No, because we already have it on the screen. All right. There we go. Layered entry. No, let's not do a layered entry. Oh yeah, let's do a layered entry, but let's do it on slow. That means that I'm gonna be grabbing whatever I do have on the side, right? To start jumping in gradually, as I usually do over time. But at this point, we're gonna be seeing layered entry. Why? Because this is for me one of the most difficult strategies to set up in mind. Why? Because I have a rule that gives me layered entries. But how do you tell that the bot, right, the machine, how to limit those? Well, there's a way, but it's not the same logic that your brain does. All right. So I'm still working on that part. Bear with me here. Let's go just to properties. Make sure that my initial capital is the same one. Base currency USD, whatever. Order size, it is in contracts, USDT, let's do 70%. And why is this? Usually, when you have layered entry, you want to reinvest most of it or everything that you have in the wallet. Big caveat here, guys. Big caveat. At this point, what I have on my trading wallet, in this case, in the bot case, is not my whole wallet. All right. This 100 or this 70% represent uh, it is a 5-layer entry, right? No, sorry, this needs to go down because of the leverage. So sorry about that. Layer count, sorry, 4. Yep, that will be everything. In fact, you can clear here. There we go, much better. Now we are in something. By the way, you can only do up to 4 when you're layering in. Why? To keep you guys safe, all right? Just so you know. Putting more usually ends up, I mean, you are revenge trading, right? So that's what I do. Usually I do 3, but let's just go with 4, right? We'll play it around this in a bit. We still have 5 minutes, so let's figure this out fast. And then you put your commission, whatever, right? Everything in here. Something important. It is whatever is left out of your original order size is gonna be implemented on your distributed entries, if that makes sense. All right. So let's go to input here. And let's get started configuring. First, all, let's do, what is it? All bearish. Let's take a look at the all bearish for now, right? For now, we're going to be also adjusting it. Let's also then now do dynamic reactor bearish trend. Why? Because I want to trade bearish signal is as soon as we turn bearish. I don't want to trade this. I want to trade here, and it's always at the end of the signal. All right. I also will be interested on trading this, maybe this, and this, right? So that means that I could also be, as I am bearish trend, not signal. All right. And by the way, I'm doing this wrong because this line is not the dynamic reactor. This is it. Sorry, so not the bearish signal, the bearish trend. All right. So sorry for that hiccup. Let me clear this up. Let's go back into the strategy builder. All right. Everything seems good, but bearish trend. There we go. Bearish trend. And then I have quantum bands. Where is it? Oh, yeah, I cannot do quantum bands because this is not the plus, but leave it just like is it right now, all right? Right away, let's take a look at here. Right away, I got a 36 trades, all right? Out of which I have a 86% profitability. But guys, there is a mistake in here that I still need to work out, which is, look at my max drawdown, 138. You see that? 138 should not be there. Well, because we're doing layered entry, most likely we did not get liquidated because we are using just a 4x. with a four entries, all right? And then, but I mean, going 138, come on, right? I mean, that this got to change. So that's when I'm gonna be working with something else. It seems like I am in the correct path, right? I have enough trades. I have a good enough 86% profitability. And look at my net profits, 1,214%. You see that? Remember that I turn on my buy and hold lining here. Look at that. If I would have bought and hold it, that would have been only, I would have been in the negative by now. So buying and hold will be minus 1,294. But with the strategy that I just created, I am 1,214. So almost 100% to the other side, right? Completely flipped, plus a 14% gains. Still, guys, still I need to work with the max drawdown. For me, anything below or anything, sorry, anything higher than 70% is unacceptable. All right, that is me. You do you. So starting from 70 to 69, 68, 60, 50, 20, whatever, right? Of course, the holy grail is to keep it somewhere around 20 or 30, but you'll see that that gets a little complicated over time, and that is just mathematics, right? So that's it. That's probabilistic. So let me maybe do something else. At this point, my strategy is for the plus, so I'm missing the quantum bands in here, but don't worry, let's just try something else. Let's do, for example, oscillator, I don't know, over, what is it? Overbought or oversold? Remember, at the bottom. So let's take a look at here. I'm clicking, and let's take a look. Exactly, oversold. Great. So let's wait for it. Come on. And 157. Let me take that out and let's see my max drawdown. Remember, that's what I'm working with. All right. 138. It went worst. That's what you need to keep an eye. So let's try another one. Maybe we can do oscillator reversal, right? Bullish reversal. And this is because, guys, uh, what does this happen? This is because the machine is not a human. It cannot decide at this point like you. Yes, this class is being recorded. This cannot decide as you. That's why I started with human brain versus machine. So something that looks very, very obvious to you might not be in the actual result. Remember, right here, this is hard data. And this cannot tell you whether, hey, we are into a resistance, but we have a reversal. So remember that as humans, we take a look. Hey, we are resistant, but we have a bullish reversal. I'm holding till breakout retest, and then I buy. But the machine cannot tell you that. That is human brain, right? So maybe in the future, if TradingView gets a better back end, maybe we can implement that. But there we go. Things. Let's just keep it as is for now, right? You already have the setup. Let me do here. Okay. Let me turn this off, and let's go very quick to the invite only. Let's do. Well, it's already
Oh,
11
see,
a.m.
I gotta get going
Yes,
for my class. So
absolutely.
I'm gonna say have a good weekend to everybody. Make sure you guys pay attention to OC. It's gonna help you out a lot. Touch some grass, and I will see you guys later. All right, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
Peace,
Take
Alex.
care.
Take care.
Talk
All right,
soon,
guys.
OC.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I also need to run. We need to take a look at you guys, your signups. Some of you might be lacking a couple of indicators. Remember, TradingView, it's overloaded. It's crazy overloaded, and we keep pushing it. It is not as bad as it is not as bad at 2 days ago, but today is Black Friday, last day to get the TradingView deals, right? So expect a very buggy trading view. Please be patient with us. We are pushing it as hard as we can. Believe me, we are. Yes, runs like a chicken. Yes, exactly. And a special thanks to Daga DT that has been, man, you look like you are part of support, my friend. I really appreciate it. Really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for that help. It really helps a lot. Aaron, also thank you so much, guys. If you can give us a hint in the other chats, send people with issues or with problems right to the help channel, and then if you know the answers to maybe to one of their questions, it is of a great help during intervention, guys. I mean, of course, it's not a mandatory, nothing at all. But if you feel like it, go for it. I mean, we will really, really appreciate it. Other than that, guys, thank you so much for joining. Let's leave the class till here. Give it a practice. If you already have access to the back tester, my personal, as a friend, recommendation, right? Not as a financial advisor, right? Not financial advice. Again, it is start playing with the back tester, right? Now I would not be trading with the back tester, especially how trading view is at this point. All right, this will be reflected on bot creation because three commas also have a sale, right? This will also be reflected on other brokers. So I'm not gonna be trading this weekend, right? Maybe my trading is gonna start on Tuesday or Wednesday. Once again, give it a try. Take some notes, come to the classes, and I'm gonna try to answer those questions at best of my capabilities. Another announcements it is that all Thursdays and Fridays from now on, right? They're gonna incorporate backtester and strategy building classes, right? So if you basically don't want to come for the rest of the week, don't worry, that's fine. We really like your presence here, but if you want just to dedicate to the backtester, come Friday and Thursdays or watch the class recordings, right? Other than that, guys, thank you so much for being here today. Also, thank you so much for your patience. And as always, see you guys tomorrow.